gang, and welcome back to Tin Man Customs, where you can see this is not Titans Return Hosehead. But not to worry, he'll be coming along probably next week. He's just taking a little longer. But this is one of my older customs from Transformers Animated Kup, based on his designs in the Allspark Almanac by Derek J. Wyatt. One of my favorite customs that I've done to date. He's got a completely new head sculpt and was built using the deluxe versions of Optimus Prime that came out, both the Cybertronian mode and for the bulk of the body, and then took the legs off of the Earth mode deluxe version of Optimus Prime and put him over on this figure. He's totally repainted, head to toe, I mean, obviously, and head sculpt is a completely new sculpt by hand using Fixer Sculpt on top of the Optimus Prime head with his little cigar in there. Let's get him focused on there. I always liked the character of Kup being just an old grizzled bot who'd seen way too much history. So most of the animated figures were very solid colors and tones on everything. So after I had him completely painted, I went back and on all the corners just took some silver paint just to give him a little more wear and tear, since he was supposed to be such an old character. So, like I said, all angles on him had some silver wear and tear. He didn't have a weapon in his drawing, so I figured all the Autobots in the series had more melee type weapons, and so I figured he would have a nice hammer, and designed it. At the time I made the figure, Transformers Prime series was playing, and they had the Solus Prime's hammer in that show, so I kind of made this look a little bit like it. Using the axe handle from the original Optimus Prime figure, and I believe the main bulk of the hammer was a forearm from a Mega Man figure, I think. Pretty sure that's what I used for that. Just painted that up, cut in some wear and tear on that as well. So there he is. I had to drill a little hole in the back for the shield, just to put it up there to kind of give the impression of the backpack that the Kup character always had. And just a little repro label on there. And there he is. So we'll get him transformed up here so we can take a look at him in vehicle mode. The head is a very tight fit inside vehicle mode now, because it is a bit larger than the Optimus head that was originally on there. So we will go ahead and skip transformation and show you the vehicle mode. And here he is in his vehicle mode. The reason I don't really videotape the transformations is because they're a little fiddly when I painted them. I just don't want to chip them up, and so it's not really something I can do really quickly. And everybody that has collected the Transformers figures probably knows how to transform this guy already. So here he is in vehicle mode. Vehicle mode doesn't work quite as well as robot mode, I don't think, just because of having to swap out the forearms and the legs from the two different versions. With the forearms from the Earth mode, Optimus doesn't have the little peg in order to put the roof on from the Cybertronian version, but it does kind of fit in there. But there is a little bit of a gap back there and on the side, so not so great. I suppose I could drill a hole in his arm, but then he's going to have a hole in his forearm. And you can see some parts here where the panels fold over. We didn't get those sanded down enough
before painting him, so that now you get a little bit of weared edges. But in robot mode, this is on his back, so I wasn't too concerned with that. But in my book, he still transforms, so that means he works. He still fits into Transformers line. And he looks good on the shelf with the other animated guys. So there he is. Not too bad. Still really dig the way the color scheme came out on this guy. And with that, we will get him back into robot mode for a final look. Alright, here we are back in robot mode for a final look at him. And I've got to say, this is one of my favorite customs I've done so far. Just really liked the character, and I thought the color, all the paint really went on nice and smooth. I typically use the Tamiya brand. Correct me if I'm not pronouncing that right, but I like the way that paint goes on. It generally goes on pretty smooth and has a nice durability to it. So it's pretty nice looking once it's done and complete. I mean, I still transform everything real gingerly, but it holds up pretty well. And so that's about it for this look at this figure.
So give a thumbs up if you like, and comment, and hit the subscribe if you really like what you see. And keep an eye out for Titans Return Hosehead next week. If you want to see some behind the scenes of his progress, you can check that out on Instagram at tinman_customs. And beyond that, guys, thanks a lot for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next video.